joining us to present the J. Ross Robertson Cup is Deputy Fire Marshal Carrie Clark, representing the Fire Marshal Public Safety Council. Accompanying her from the London Fire Department is Matt Deptich, London Deputy Fire Chief of Fire Prevention and Public Education. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the ice the J. Ross Robertson Cup.
Donated by John Ross Robertson in 1910. Kingston Frontenacs won it first back in 1911.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Ontario Hockey League would like to thank our teams, the media, our great fans, and most importantly, our players for an amazing season. And now, for the 113th time in the history of this great game, Commissioner Brian Crawford will present the J. Ross Robertson Cup to the 2025 OHL Champion London Knights. Please welcome your captain, number 86, Denver Barkey.
What a surprise, Frankie, to see him in the lineup tonight. Nasty injury in game one of the Western Conference Final versus Kitchener. It was not easy for Denver Barkey to sit out the first 4 games.
You just know that he's not quite 100% after suffering that injury, but he wanted to be back with his teammates. He gets to hoist the J. Ross Robertson Cup, and what a special moment for him as the captain of this team.
That gym feels pretty good right about now.
That'll numb away the pain pretty quickly.
Started with the morning skate, the warm-up, few shifts, and then one more post-game skate around holding the J. Ross Robertson OHL Championship trophy tonight. Here's Landon Sim, who's got your championship clinching goal tonight. Now Jacob Julian, London native. He's played his last game in front of his hometown crowd. He's an overager, aging out of this league.
So Landon Sim, overager. Jacob Julian, overager. My guess, there's Austin Elliott, the overage goaltender.
Stone cold Austin Elliott. All the way from the Saskatoon Blades in Strathmore, Alberta, where he's originally from. The second former Western Hockey League goaltender to ever win an OHL championship after Brandon Burke, also with the London Knights in 2016. And there is Oliver Bonk, second-generation hockey player. And boy, he's made his parents awfully proud. Once again, an OHL champ.
He has the makings of being a very good, reliable NHL defenseman.
And Easton Cowan, what a special moment this is going to be for him. Won it last year. Going to wager a bet to say that this one's going to mean even more to him doing it at home.
You know, Kasper Halttunen was the MVP, but Easton Cowan would have been right there with his performance. A great championship series for him.
Now, 5 Finnish players have ever won J. Ross Robertson. Kasper Halttunen has done it twice. Jesse Nurmi, his teammate, joins it tonight. Olli Juolevi and Olli Mata also both did it for the London Knights.
Well, London's had some success with the Finnish imports, and Kasper Halttunen was an unstoppable force.
There is Jesse Nurmi. Had a nice conversation with him today. Came a long way over from Finland to London. Came over, though, on the recommendation of his national junior hockey teammate, Kasper Halttunen. Now here's Cam Allen. He's brought over mid-season from the Guelph Storm. So we've got Easton Cowan with us now. Easton, thanks for joining us. I mean, what's going through your mind right now after a pretty wild finish to that game?
Yeah, can't really breathe here, but Man, just what a feeling. I mean, Holtz led us there with, you know, a bunch of hat tricks, couple goals, you know, just a lethal goal scorer that plays both ends of the puck and really deserves that, you know, MVP. And then Ozzy kept us in there at the end, and just, man, this is the best thing ever. You know, I grew up watching this team, and being able to bring 2 trophies, and especially one at home here tonight, is just something special, and I'll never forget it.
Easton, how were the Oshawa Generals different this year compared to last year?
Yeah, they're a really good team. You know, obviously lots of skill, lots of NHL first-round picks, you know, over there. So just a really good team, and, you know, it was a good series for sure.
Easton, when you had the opportunity there to seal this one with the empty net, and you kind of took a moment there to go to center ice, big celebration, what was going through your mind when you saw all these fans going crazy?
Yeah, man, I've never heard this place so loud. You know, that's Patty Kane-Selly, and, you know, he was a Knight too, so pretty special, and just, you know, an unreal feeling, and just something I'll never forget for sure. This is awesome.
Easton, does it feel like your group has a little unfinished business going back to the Memorial Cup?
100%. Like Peanut said at the beginning of the year, we want to win this, win our last game, so I'm going to soak this all in for tonight, and maybe I'll try to get some sleep later on.
Easton, Frankie, and I both picked up the chicken rice bowl this morning from the market across the street. I get what the hype is about, but now that you're going to Rimouski, you're going to have to try and track it down there. Do you have a plan for that?
I don't know, man. Good thing my mom's a good cook, because she'll get me out of that somehow.
I don't doubt that. I appreciate you stopping by, Easton, and congratulations.
Thank you.
There is Easton Cow. There's Ryder Bolton taking the J. Ross Robertson for a ride. Didn't see him play tonight. These fans know what he brings to the table, and they love him around here. And Rene Van Bommel didn't play tonight. He was a scratch, but he opened up the goal scoring in the series.
The first goal of the series, so an unlikely source of offense for the London Knights, and the 18-year-old 11th round pick back in 2022 of the Knights.
And Donnie Femus, mid-season acquisition out of Cowichan Valley in the BCHL. He's committed to the University of Vermont, Marchand St. Louis Old School. There's Liam Spencer, who did not dress in this OHL final. He did manage to get some playoff action in this year for London. Now we see Cowan addressing the fans here in London, riling them up. It's a long way from London to Rimouski, but his fan base travels around pretty well, Frankie. I expect to see some green and gold in the stands in Rimouski.
There's going to be lots of green and gold. Henry Brustevich, looking to hear his name called fairly early this June.
Here's Noah Reid. He's had an impressive season despite some limited opportunity.
Now, there's going to be an NHL team that drafts Noah Reid that's going to be pretty happy with the product they get.
A bit of a shower for Denver Barkey. There's Alexei Medvedev. He's also going to hear his name called this year. Backup goaltender in this series for London. Hands it off to PJ Fagan. Former Don Mills Flyer. Always cool, Frankie, to see everybody get a touch. Everybody onto the ice in the organization. The organizations nowadays, too, in junior, almost as big as NHL teams when it goes to training staff, equipment managers. You've got analytic departments and people in some organizations as well. Every team has a video coach now. And, of course, you got the bus drivers, the billet families, the real backbones of junior hockey.
It takes everyone. I mean, there's Dale Hunter's billeted players over the years. Yeah. He's had players living with him.
Told us you had Vladislav Nemesnikov for a little bit this morning.
The Rupert twins.
Yep.
Of course, we're talking playoff hockey with Dale Hunter, and we asked him if he keeps in touch with some of his guys over the years, and he says he does quite frequently. So you don't lose that connection, especially when you're on teams that win championships.
33 former London Knights in the National Hockey League this year. That is more than the country of Czechia, the defending men's ice hockey world champions. We had more London Knights in the National Hockey League this year, Frankie, than players from Czechia, which is quite something.
This is a factory right now, and the players keep churning out.
And 55 straight years of having players drafted into the NHL. That's going to be extended again to 56 this summer. And this is the photo that will live forever.